Now those we have done.
Hey guys, we are messy and windblown and worn out, and we had an awesome day, right? We spent like 7 hours outside today. So, what did we do? Hold on, what did we do first?
Got up, got dressed, we ate supper.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Do you remember what we had?
Chocolate oatmeal with I helped me.
He helped make chocolate oatmeal, and so we've been adding some extra yumminess, some extra nutrition to our oatmeal. He ran away. I don't know. Yeah, flax seeds and eggs, and our oatmeal and our milk, right?
Less sugar.
Less sugar. Abigail's still learning to like the less sugar, right? Yeah, we've halved how much sugar we put in it, but we made chocolate oatmeal, right?
Yeah.
It was good. So then after breakfast,
From as much as normal to half of that.
yep, half the sugar. Okay, so I have to give medicine when this video's over. Okay, so we had our chocolate oatmeal, and then we did Bible. Do you guys remember what we talked about in Bible?
Romans.
Romans 10. Do you remember anything from Romans 10? It was a long time ago, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone have anything good in Romans 10? I think someone has something good.
Yeah, we talked about.
Don't put him on the spot.
You put
or
me on the
anything.
spot. What did we talk about? I can't think now. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, gotta take the camera away there.
3. Okay, Virginia,
What
what'd
did
you
you
get?
learn from Romans 10?
We were talking. Sorry, I'm washing dishes.
We were talking about the righteousness based on faith, or the righteousness based on the law, and how righteousness is attainable not through our works, but salvation is possible because God gives the gifts of repentance and faith, and we have the righteousness of Christ. And we were talking also about the verse, whoever, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. And it talks about, for with the heart one believes and is justified, and with the mouth one confesses and is saved. And people sometimes like to use verses from Romans 10, like everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved, to say that people are the ones choosing to do the calling. But we were talking, Waylon was pointing out that a heart of stone will not call or believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. And so it's still God doing the work of giving the heart change. And that's how a person is saved. Anything else, Waylon? You got more than 5 seconds now.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, we were talking in verses 2 and 3, and it just says that they had, I'll just read it. I got my Bible right here. It says, "For I bear them witness that they have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness and seeking to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted to the righteousness of God." So they didn't have a correct understanding of who God was. Therefore, they had a wrong understanding of salvation. And so, when we have a correct view of ourselves and God, we will have a correct view of how we are saved, which is not of ourselves; it's of faith through Christ. That's it.
Okay. Do you have anything to say? What did you learn from Romans 10?
I learned how to crawl, Daddy.
I know that girl.
He was standing up on his feet earlier.
Hi.
Like hands and feet.
Hi. Okay, and back to mommy. Are you asleep? Not quite.
Okay, and I was looking specifically at the last verse in Romans 10, and it says, "But of Israel," he says, "all day long I have held out my hands to a disobedient and contrary people." And I was just thinking of the way that God is so patient and long-suffering in taking care of us and forgiving us. Ugh. And so just how when God changes our heart, he changes our want to. That's what Bodhi Bacham says. And so we no longer want to sin. We no longer want to continue in those things. But we still do sin. We still occasionally, I'm not saying sinless perfection. I'm saying we still do things that we shouldn't be doing. But we're not doing them because we are slaves to sin anymore. We need to see sin for what God sees it as and have a mind like Christ in regarding what sin is. Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah.
We're having a little bit of a seizure. Okay.
Stay.
You okay?
Josiah, right there.
Okay, so
Over
that's how life goes in the house.
Maybe
Is we
three of those.
occasionally need to just stop what we're doing to make sure we're okay. But that was a short seizure. So anyway, we had a. Are you okay? So we had a hard morning for Josiah because he was having a lot of seizures, just little ones, but just cluster seizures. We finally got those under control while we did Bible. And then where did we go today?
I know.
Where'd we go?
We went to 2 beaches.
We
What about you?
did.
And we ate.
Hold on. Well, the first
beach
Yeah.
is where when they first came from Ohio to Maine, they lived on that beach.
So when I was almost 7 years old, we moved to Maine, and the house we were going to rent wasn't ready yet. So we spent a couple weeks at a small cottage on the ocean, like on the ocean front. And we moved here during Hurricane Andrew, or right before Hurricane Andrew. So my first experiences in Maine were living in this little cottage that wasn't very well insulated. We all slept in one big room in like this, the upper floor was just like a big loft. We all slept in there. Hello. And this is my memory. Again, I was only about to turn 7. And so then we heard the ocean crashing on the wave, like the waves crashing on the rocks outside where we were. And so I found out last week that Mom was visiting with the family who owns the house next door. It's family of the house we rented from. And so we asked permission, and we were able today to go down to the beach, and we had lunch on that beach. And it's rocks. There were all kinds of rocks. So they were like this big, up to this big, little tiny ones. It was really, really fun.
And they're like really big ones you could walk on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess
really big
what
rocks.
we
Let
did
you
on that
all by the
beach?
seashore. Would you like to walk?
We found crabs at that beach.
Yeah.
And shells. And to a lot.
Crabs.
What?
Periwinkles.
What's a periwinkle?
It's like a snail, but it lives on the ocean. I was wondering if you could make escargot out of periwinkles.
Okay, come on.
So we went onto the beach and we had lunch. What did we have for lunch? You're my meal person.
And I have something to tell you
Okay, tell them and then tell them what we had
about
for
my
lunch.
watch one.
Okay.
So I found 2 lots, and one was like a little bat, and one was like a shoe,
A shoe.
like the sole of a shoe.
So he had a little rock collection. I didn't let the kids bring home all the rocks because they had a lot of rocks. And if everybody takes rocks off the beach, then suddenly we won't have beaches left. But I had let them all collect. They put all their little rock collection in a certain spot, and then we took pictures of the rock collections. So you had a rock collection. But what did we eat on the beach?
We ate a salad,
What did our salad have in it? Do you remember?
beans, peas, cucumbers, tomatoes,
And onions.
and onions.
And we had an Italian dressing over the top. And it was really good. It was the first time we'd had it, but it was very much like pasta salad without the pasta. Because we're trying to limit pasta. Go ahead.
It was all eaten.
And then
Yes.
we had pretzels and pork rinds and plain cheese.
Pretzels and pork rinds and plain cheese.
We had pickles. He didn't have.
Oh, and pickles.
He didn't have
Please take
pickles.
some hands out of your mouth. Thank you.
Pretzels, pork rind, plain cheese, and pickles. So that was our lunch. We ate on the beach. Then we
And
explored.
then we went to.
Wait, hold on. And then Abigail fell just
What?
as we were about to leave, and
Wait.
Wayland carried
What?
her carried her over the
What?
rocks back to where we were. And yeah, and we talked to the family that lived in the house, and they were telling us how to get to another beach that's near here. It's called Crescent Beach, and we've never been able to find it, but it wasn't really that hard, so I don't know why we have never been able to find it before.
And there was this big culvert there.
Culvert,
culvert,
a
yeah.
big
Okay,
culvert.
it was a sand beach, so we got all sandy
Yes.
and wet.
So Maine doesn't have very many sand beaches. Most of the beaches are rock beaches. So this, you walk over some rocks to get to the sand beach. But they played in the little culvert area where the water was.
Yeah, the water.
Then we
came.
went down, and they actually got in the ocean water today. And they were all wet up to their waists. They only went in up to their knees, but you know how children are? They got wet
We
up to
kept
their waist.
kicking,
And the
then
water
we
was coming
got it.
in, so we had to keep stepping back.
We kept kicking, but then it got in our mouth.
Yeah. So they got in the water, and it was actually pretty warm. I only touched the very edge because I had my shoes on and I couldn't get in. But the rest all had their shoes off and they were in and said it was pretty good. Right?
Yeah, it was.
So that was, everybody got in except for me. Even
Did you like the water?
Even Daddy.
even Daddy,
like the water?
even Waylon.
Yeah, was that
Did
lots of fun?
Gideon didn't get in.
Yeah, you had a good time with that?
Gideon got his feet wet.
Oh, did
He did. Daddy put him in and he got his footies wet. Yeah, we like to beach?
Yes.
You. Beach?
Yes.
What do you think of the Maine beaches?
It was nice. It was very warm. I liked it.
Most parts about
That was
I
too
still
long
have
ago.
some
So
on
then
my feet.
we came home and Wayland got up on a ladder and scrubbed the siding of the house. So how our house is, I was explaining yesterday, we had to do one part of our roof because of where the sun shines. Well, the sun does not shine on that end of the house or this little part on the end of the porch. So we had to scrub it. And so Waylon got up on a ladder and was scrubbing. And we were all on the ground scrubbing, right?
And while we were outside, we made sink.
Hold on. So while we have a guy who actually can get up on a ladder safely, we also had Waylon get up and replace a little piece of siding at the top of the garage. This very top piece right here has been down since maybe Abigail was born. I don't know. We had a windstorm. It blew off and we never got it up because we never had a ladder tall enough or someone who was safe on a ladder. So Waylon for the win right there.
Bonus points.
We changed some people. So we had changed a couple of people at the beach. We changed some more people at home, and I dunked all their clothes in a bucket of water to get the sand out. There was like this much sand in the bottom of the bucket that we brought home. There was so much sand. This little girl is still in her clothes, but we were outside, so she's just kind of a little damp. These guys helped me water the garden. We took buckets and we were watering the new plants that we put in yesterday.
Yeah, we took buckets, then we dumped them on each plant. I did the basil and that sort of stuff since they're still little.
And then what did we make?
And today
What were you doing for the project?
I did my parents the toy
You fixed the toy. Yep, you figured out how to put the door back on. But then what were you doing with the nails?
I was collecting them.
Yes, he was collecting
So-
all the nails.
We took the old porch, we took the top and put the legs on, and then we took one of the pieces and we made it so you get up on one step and then up on the other, then you jump off the end. And we
Yes.
made
So
it.
okay.
That was incidental and secondary leftover.
So the
stuff
porch,
still
it was a
sitting
platform with steps on both sides to get up into the house. So we took off one of the sets of steps, and that became the thing she just said that we jumped off of. The other set of steps got removed and taken apart because we needed some of the pieces. The platform piece got a hole cut in it. Malachi, shh. And an
With a
old
chainsaw.
kitchen sink with a chainsaw, a hole got cut in it. And the old kitchen sink, because our kitchen sink had to get replaced because the counter needed to be fixed. And my aunt and uncle gave us a sink that was slightly bigger, so that worked. So our old kitchen sink now is in the platform, and it is for a mud kitchen for the kids. So it's going to be put near the garden so that we can use it to fill with water and the kids can play and, pick dandelions and pick sticks and mix all this stuff to make soup and whatever, pretend. And then we can use the water that's there to water the garden also, and the mud all stays in the same place. So,
It's down there.
huh?
It's down there.
It's down there. So maybe at the end of this video, he'll walk and show you what we're talking about.
Or not.
Okay. No, I just meant out the window.
Maybe not.
Okay, so anyway, then we all came in. While we were outside, Virginia came in and made supper. But the rest of us spent about 7 hours outside.
I think
Except
someone's
for-
very tired.
Except for Naomi and Virginia. Naomi came in and washed dishes for a little bit, and Virginia did food for a little bit.
I know what.
So, supper, I'm going to explain supper and then we're going to go. So, supper, we cooked chicken in the cast iron skillet. We put beans and some leftover broccoli in there with a gravy. Made a sourdough topper like we tried yesterday that we forgot the baking powder. Today I had baking powder and it was really good. And we made roasted veggies, which was carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower in the oven. Ask everyone how supper was, and then we're done. That was the end of tonight.
Yummy.
We're going to go to bed.
Yummy. Delicious. Yummy.
Was
Yummy.
good? You liked it? What about Samuel? Did he like it?
Samuel. And
Good. 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 Good.
It was good. We got the best cooks in Maine around here.
I would want the tail.
Josiah liked carrots. So anyway,
And I
that
like
was
the meat.
that was the day. I have some very tired people because nap time didn't really happen. Malachi started to fall asleep on the way back from the beach, and when we got home, he woke up. So we only got about a 5-minute nap. So we are gonna go do our prayer time and go to bed. So we will see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Bye. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.